Well, I followed my father into fishing when I was 19 and started fishing for lobsters. Well, my father started with a homemade wooden boat in Morteau, and we fished out of Ilfracombe ever since with the bigger boats. And I've not missed one season since 1985, which is quite depressing. I work with Chris and Kirk, and I work 190 days a year at sea. We catch crabs and lobsters in the summer months. Yeah, our first spots are outside the harbour on the first bit of rough ground, and then we work bits and pieces of rough ground all the way to Lundy. It's always good for lobster and crab there. I used to lift the pots in until I had a hernia 2 years ago, so now the boys do all the lifting. Chris lifts them in, empties them, Kirk baits and stacks. My only job now is to measure the lobsters and keep the boat straight on the gear. Any lobsters with eggs, any buried hens, we put back. The buried hens are released so that they can carry on and spawn, and then you get ready to shoot the pots away. We have to be very careful where we shoot these pots once we've hauled them, as you can't shoot pots willy-nilly around the island. The east side of the island is a no-take zone, which we have to keep well clear of. Some of our favourite days are when scientists like Sarah come with us to research the lobsters. The wonderful thing about Lundy no-take zone is there's always somebody watching from the shore. There's somebody with binoculars on you, so it's really easy to police.
Just in front of us, two green boys there.
It's a long line. It's a long line.
We'll always pick up rubbish whenever we can find it. The no-take zone was set up with the agreement of the fishing boats who were here at the time, including myself.
This has been the only no-take zone for many, many years, which allowed that opportunity to start looking at the benefits of closing an area to fishing. And so, you know, the research that's gone on, that showed the abundance within the no-take zone, the increased population of lobsters, and the potential for spillover.
It's been fantastic ever since. I mean, there's definitely an overspill from it. As far as I know, all the fishermen that work here are all really happy with it. I mean, it's full of buried lobsters, so nobody can get at them. They're all spawning away, and it's, you know, hopefully helping the rest of the island.
If I just turn her over, you can see that she's buried because her underside is full of eggs. Now, in order for her to actually become egg-bearing, she needs to mate with the male, and she does this when she's actually lost her shell, when she's shed her hard shell and she's soft. The male is still hard, but when she's soft, she produces a pheromone to attract the male in so he doesn't eat her. So as you can see there, I can't tell you how many she's carrying, but it could be anything from 10,000 eggs to a large female will carry up to 1 million. She'll carry these for 9 months, just like a human. And whilst they're under the tail, she uses the swimmerettes to aerate them and to get food to them. So what I'm going to do with this female now is to tag her and then release her back into the sea.
The one thing we urgently need to do is stop all buried lobsters from being landed. The females with eggs that we catch are released in all of the Devon area. It would be better for lobsters and everybody concerned if that was nationwide. We collect and shoot the pots 12 times throughout the day, so it's a long 12-hour day. We don't shoot the pots like we did in my father's day. They used to go over the side, but it's always the most dangerous part of the job. But now they go out through the stern, which is much safer for the crew. Some things never changed. I'm still repairing flags, but I'm the only one in Ilfracombe who still uses them. We are very much still a family business. Now the crabs and lobsters will be landed now and wheeled up to my house. And my wife Jenny sells lobsters from our tanks at home, and two of my sisters, Kathy and Sally, sell lobsters and crabs from their little shop in Morteau. The downside of the job is getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning, which never gets any easier, but I always enjoy every day. There's always something interesting, the wildlife's amazing, and I can't see why we can't continue fishing as we are, as we've always done, providing the buried lobsters are released and the undersized lobsters are put back, and is managed sensibly. There's a living for everybody.
By the way, Chris is going to make a fabulous lobster terrine, and the best thing is, he's going to give us another recipe. So let's get into this.
Okay, so I'll start with blueberry Belle Blanc, and I'm using a Chardonnay. It's gonna go right into the pot, and shallot, and you can really smell what's coming out of that wine. So I added a little bit of vinegar in there. In this case, I used rice wine vinegar.
Where'd you put the vinegar?
In the wine. Yeah, it's a little. I did that.
Tricky.
Yeah, it's a little secret.
See, there's always one little secret they don't tell you about.
He adds local blueberries,
Beautiful color.
then strains them,
Get all the liquid out of there.
pours in heavy cream,
35% milk fat.
and oh, I think we have another tip.
A little trick that you can do is take a little bit of butter and rub it along the edge of the pot. And what that does, once the cream comes up to that level buttered surface, it's going to fold back in.
Once boiling starts, take it off the stove. And what's a French sauce without lots of butter?
And I add it one piece at a time.
Now let's get into this lobster terrine.
Now what holds my terrine together, this is what we call scallop mousse. A little bit of cream and salt and pepper, and that's all there is to it.
You can put this on toast.
Yeah, you could, yeah, crackers.
Or just go like that. Like my finger.
And the idea is that you want to layer this with scallop mousse, nice slices of beautiful Yukon Gold potato, and some of this beautiful Atlantic lobster.
This is like decadent.
Yeah, and it all goes so well together.
I've been taking notes.
Good for you. Yeah.
I'm getting so hungry.
Cover with foil to protect the saran wrap. Bake in a pan of water for 30 minutes.
In it goes.
And it goes.
And with the magic of television, we have a finished product.
Okay, and it is to die for. So I've got this lovely blueberry Belle Blanc, and into the sauce.
Ever so gently.
And so I have some nice garnishes here, so I'll add a few of those. So this is an example of traditional lobster taken untraditionally, okay, onto this plate. I want just to create something for you, special.
Oh my God, well, I'm feeling special, that's for sure. This dish is made with so much passion and love from Maison Tea.
Okay, here is the beginning of the infamous homemade lobster stock, which will be used as a basis for menus over the next week. Lobster risotto, lobster stew, lobster bisque. So 33 lobsters were steamed and deshelled. The shells will be sautéed with the mirepoix and then added to the stock where the bodies have been simmering with bay leaf and fresh thyme and chives from the garden, peppercorns, paprika, some white wine, It smells really, really good in here, and I'm having a really good time. And I just wanted to share this with everybody. I just wish that I could share the end result. But the fortunate few that are arriving from Florida tomorrow are going to be the lucky recipients of this incredible, incredible stock, which is highly regarded and will be put into the fortress all week with a guard. All right, as Mr. Kane said, mad-capped lunacy is upon us. Buenos.